What's up, guys? It is Benny Drives back with another YouTube video. And if you can't tell by the title, this video is going to be basically, I came up with a list of 4 pros and 4 cons of over-the-road trucking at a young age. So I'm gonna list those 4, give the reasoning behind it and whatnot. So yeah, if you're paying attention and you want to see more content like this, do me a big favor if you go press the like button. It really helps me out. It gives me a reason to keep making videos and whatnot. But anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna start with the pros first and then go to the cons. Sorry. So all right, so pro number 1 is money. Now, for example, hold on. For example, when I started driving, it was the most money I've ever been paid in my entire life. Out of every other job I've worked, I've never made more money driving trucks than I've done other stuff. I've sold cars, I did concrete work, fiberglass work, I cleaned big beach cottages, I've worked in fast food. I did a whole bunch of stuff. I'm only 21, okay? And this is the most money I've ever made in my entire life. There's about a whole entire year that I've been driving. So that is pro number 1. Alrighty. Pro number 2 is travel. I've been driving like 9 months now, and I've been to about all 48 states, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've been to Vermont yet. I think it's the only state I haven't been to. I might have drove through it, but I'm not sure. But I've been to every other single state in the entire country, and I'm not 22 yet. Not every single state, all 48 states. It's not easy to drive to Hawaii in a truck. But yeah, I've been to all 48 states before the age of 22. Not a lot of people can say that. So I guess, you know, if you want to brag about it, you can. I mean, it's cool. It's a good experience. I got a friend in Chicago. I was able to link up with him one time. I had a friend out in LA, was able to link up with him one time, you know. So I mean, it kind of provides opportunities that you wouldn't get with a lot of other jobs, right? So that is number 2. That was travel. Number 3 is I have experience at a young age, okay? So what I mean is, you know, you can make a lot of money driving trucks. So I'm 21, almost got a year's worth of driving experience. You know, when you start getting some years under your belt, you know, driving and whatnot, you kind of you start making more money, you know, there's a whole bunch of different things. Like, the opportunities are endless, you know. Basically, when it comes to trucking, you could basically go to any company you want to. You can haul basically anything you want to when you get some experience under your belt and whatnot. So that's number 3 is experience. And that's all I really got to say for that one. That's a nice truck right there. So that is number 3. Number 4. Now this kind of depends on your situation. I have a way out. Now, what I mean by a way out, for example, when I graduated high school, I kind of had no idea what I wanted to do. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are in the same boat right now. And I don't know if you saw one of my other previous videos. I said that I lived with my friend for about a week and kind of made an impulse decision to come drive for Swift, and like, it changed my life completely. I wasn't necessarily in a bad position. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know how to, you know, make some decent money. And a few calls later, after 2 months of training, here I am. So for example, say you're in a position where you're at home, you didn't go to college, you graduated high school, you don't know what to do. It's kind of difficult to go get a 9-to-5 job, afford a car, and go afford living, because the cost of living, or not just the cost of living, but I mean like living expenses as far as rent, you know, house payments, mortgage, whatever, and your car or your transportation is basically the two biggest expenses you're gonna have in your life. And it's kind of hard to do that when you go to a 9-to-5 with no experience. I came in the truck with absolutely no experience, and like I said, this is the most money I've ever made in my entire life. So a way out, you know, it gives you a place to stay, basically, right back there in the bed. You know, you can save up money. You can go get an apartment. I don't have an apartment. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still live with my parents. I'm home, like, not nearly enough to think about driving. I mean, think about trying to afford a house or an apartment right now. It's just pointless, you know. But that was pro number 4, is it kind of gives you an escape if you have no idea what you want to do and you want to drive and the speed limit's going to 55. Why? I don't know. We're in the right lane. Make sure we're clear. Yeah, it gives you a way out, basically. You guys get the point. Welcome to Cactus, Texas. Never been. I don't think I've been to Cactus, Texas. Yep. So that was pro number 4. Now I'm gonna start with the cons. Con number 1 is you're gonna be away from home a lot, and therefore your social life can really deteriorate for a while. I didn't really talk to a lot of people. I mean, I was just, you know, out here driving and stuff. And, you know, I'm home like not even a week out of a month, probably 4, 5, 6 days out of a month. I'm driving until I come home for the next time, you know. So it's kind of hard to plan stuff. You're gonna miss a lot of events. For example, I just missed my mom's birthday by like 1 day. I had to leave on Thursday and her birthday was Friday, about 2 weeks ago. So stuff like that. You're gonna be away from home, and your social life is not gonna be the greatest. You know, it just all depends on your situation. These are kind of like, it all depends, but you get the point. It'll be tackling on that, put it that way. Number 2, the second con I have up here is it's stressful. It's a pretty stressful job at times, I'm not gonna lie. And how it's stressful is, for example, when you first start, like when you first get on your own, you're solo, you're kind of just, it almost feels like you're just thrown into a 70-foot vehicle that weighs heavier than every other vehicle on the road, and it's your responsibility to not hit anything. It's, you know, your responsibility to know how wide you need to make this turn. It's your responsibility to know how to back up properly without smacking this guy's mirror. It's stressful, dude. Like, sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't, but in the beginning it's a lot more stressful than it is now, believe me. You might be going to your shipper and, you know, you're supposed to pre-trip and stuff, but not pre-trip, plan your trip out. You know, I got in the habit of looking at the satellite image of my place before I get there. You know, I need to go on this road, I need to turn in this driveway or whatever, and stuff like that. It's super stressful at first, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I used to hate backing at truck stops. You know, I drive for Swift, and if you've seen anything about Swift drivers on YouTube, of course people put together compilations of Swift backed into this guy, Swift did this, Swift did that. So I'm already driving for a company and they expect me to hit something, and this is my second week out here. What am I gonna look like if I hit something? I used to be scared to death of that. Now, you know, I got some experience and whatnot. I don't care. I'm not gonna hit anything, and if I go in a tight truck stop and do a really tight back, I'm just making Swift look better, you know. But stressful. That was number 2 for the cons. You kind of get the point. Number 3 for the cons is health. Now this again is like one of them things, it kind of depends on you. Like for me, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I started trucking, I wasn't like skinny, but I wasn't like super fat, and now I'm not like super fat, but I'm fatter than I was when I started, put it that way. I gained weight trucking, and I'm not gonna lie, part of the reason, you know, is myself. But when you go to a truck stop and all they're serving there is cheese and beans burritos at your Love's, and it's not expensive at all, you know, you go buy, oh, this one won't hurt, and 8 months later and 749 cheese bean burritos later, they're like, wow, you know, you need to start taking control of, you know, your health and stuff. And you get no exercise. I mean, you're sitting in a truck for 90% of the time. So it's really up to you. I know for me, it's kind of took a toll on my health, but now I'm starting to realize that, and I'm eating out my truck more. I'm not eating truck stop food. The truck stop food will mess you up. If you take anything from this video, that truck stop food, man, it's rough. Let me tell you, it's rough. But yeah, like I said, that just depends on you. I pointed to the camera because I mean you, I'm talking to you guys. So that's number 3, is health. Number 4 is regulations. I suppose this could have gone under stressful. Sorry if the camera's moving a lot, my forehead was itching. I suppose it could have went under stressful. By regulations, what I mean is, this is the most regulated industry in America. You know, this, I don't know if you can see in the mirror, this truck and this trailer is your responsibility to make sure everything is working properly. Now, it's not your responsibility to necessarily fix everything, you know, but I'm talking on the mega carrier side of things, but it's your responsibility to, in the morning, pre-trip good, you know, if you find something, you're like, oh wow, I can't drive in this condition, and the post-trip when you stop, that's super important. Because say, all right, just say for example, you don't pre-trip in the morning, right? Just say you're going down the road, say you get pulled in the weight station. Alrighty, well, say, you know, you could be legal weight. Well, DOT says, hey, this guy right there, I just decided to check in today. They pull you in the inspection. If they find something on your truck that's not within regulation, that's not how it's supposed to be, you know, that's you. That's your fault. That's not nobody else's fault except yours. If they pull you in, they say, hey, let me see your left turn signal. You throw your left turn signal on. Hey, there ain't nothing flashing up here, driver. What's the deal? You know, that's on you. You got to make sure this entire large piece of equipment is within DOT regulation. You gotta, there's a lot of things you gotta do, you know. So that was number 4 for the cons. I ran through the list kind of quick, so I'll give you a full overview of basically everything I just said. You know, well, really there's pros and cons to everything. You're gonna make a lot of money. You're gonna travel around the entire United States. It depends on, you know, if you're regional, it depends on your company, but if you're over the road and not regional or anything, you're gonna make you're gonna travel. You're gonna see some things. Might not be some things you want to see, but you're gonna see some things, right? Experience, you know, 10 years from now, you'll be making some decent money, you know. So a way out, you know, it could get you out of a bad hole you're in. You know, if you're in a lot of debt, you don't know what to do, this might be good for you. You can get started pretty quickly. But then again, you're away from home. Social life, it's it could be better, but you're not there to work on it. It's stressful. You know, some of these people out here, they can't drive. They cannot drive. I went through Texas yesterday, and traffic came to a stop, and there are just cars running off the side of the road because they decide they don't want to be in traffic. I think, honestly, in my opinion, Texas is the worst state to drive through. That's me. But anyway, it's stressful. Your health, if you don't watch what you eat, you're not getting exercise, your health is going to deteriorate. You know, it is what it is. That's up to you. And regulations, if something happens, and it could have been prevented, accidents, for example, you know, if it could have been prevented, you could lose your license over it, you know. But that's basically going to do it for my pros and cons of OTR trucking at a young age. Like I said, I turned 21 last September. A month later, I gave Swift a call. A week later, they had me in the school. A month later, I was done with school. A month later, I was working for Swift. I was training with my trainer for 200 hours. Then I was solo, and I've been driving ever since, and it is now midway through August in 2020. So with that being said, that's gonna do it for this video. If you have any questions about, you know, anything about trucking, I gave an honest opinion about everything. In my opinion, if I could go back to when I called Swift and was like, hey, you know, I'm interested, would I go back and change it? Nah, probably not, because you're not gonna get this type of experience with any other job that I can think of off the top of my hand. Maybe like the military or something, but you're not gonna get paid, or if you're in the military, you're not gonna get paid as much as if you're driving trucks. I can guarantee you that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, you guys. Like I said, you guys got any questions, drop it down in the comments. If you like the if you like what you're seeing, I know, but what's going on up here? This guy's on the side of the road. There's a service truck. That guy's broke down. If you like the content you're seeing, drop the like button, or drop the like button. Press the like button. It really helps me out. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. Maybe there's a guy out there that wants information about over-the-road trucking and he's young. Should I get into it? Should I not? You know, I wanna see somebody. And you press the like button, you might be helping that young fella out. Gosh darn it. But yeah, drop the like button. If you know someone trying to get into trucking, share this video with them. It might give them a little bit more insight. I'll link my social medias down in the description, and you guys can hit me up, you know, if you got a personal question about anything, you know. It all depends. Help me guys out so I can continue making the videos. But with that being said, I will catch you guys on whatever video I decide to make next. Peace.